Hey Lily. Hey Lily, look what I got you. Come here. Come here. Come here. Lily. Lily, goodness. No, come here. No, don't leave. You can eat it here. Come on, Lily. Alright, hey, what's going on, everyone? It's me, Mr. Mario. This is my dog, Lily. We're going to try and get her into the actual room here. And this is another episode of Thrifty Gaming Pickups. In case you do not know, this is a series I do with my dog, Lily, here, where I normally go to game shops, thrift shops, garage sales, what have you, and I like to show what games I end up picking up for, you know, what I think are good deals, generally. We've done several different shops, several different episodes and all that. I'm not even sure what episode we're on right now, but this is actually the first episode of the new year, so happy 2019. Let's go ahead and get into this, and let's see if we can get Lily in here. Come on, Lily. By the way, for anybody who's about to ask about the little donut here, this is all good, actually. One, we think that she looks really funny in it, so we're kind of keeping her in this for a few days. But two, on her leg here, she was kind of biting at it a little bit to the point where it was bleeding a bit, so we just put this donut on, which acts like a cone, just without the cone, and fixed her right up within a day. But we've been keeping it on her for like 3 days because it's really funny. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this here. So let's get into this. Lily, I'm gonna need you to move a teeny bit. Lily. 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 Can you... Alright, I guess we'll make this work somehow. Alright, good dog. Good dog. She ate all of her food. So let's go ahead and get into this. Let's see if I can you know, what would be the best way of doing this here? Here. Lily, I'll just sit next to you, okay? I'll just, there, we'll figure this out, somehow, you can move back a little bit, actually, that's fine, there we go, anyways, let's go ahead and just start moving from left to right on all these here. As you can see, Lily is really liking this first deal, which I end up getting. I need to actually verify which one this is. I'm quite sure this is a 3DS or DSi compatible charger. Ended up grabbing this from a thrift store a few days ago for $2.99. They just had it. I'd never been to this specific shop. They had it on a rack of a bunch of other cables and all that. And normally when I see these, because they're proprietary and they're Nintendo, I like to pick them up when I can. So I'm 99% sure this is DSi and 3DS, but I always grab these when I see them, especially since, hey, $3, can't beat that. So Lily, there you go. Next up, from the same store, I end up getting a small stack of games here. First of all was Killzone Liberation. Now, the funny thing is, I had 1 or 2 copies of the demo, but I had never picked this up, picked up the actual game itself. So I don't think this one is complete, unfortunately, because it doesn't have a manual with it, but it does have all the cover art and everything here. This is also a not-for-resale copy, so I'm not sure if this came... I don't think this would have come bundled with any of the PSP models, because I had a PSP that came bundled with a game and a movie, and they came in very small cardboard covers, just kind of like slip covers for UMDs. They didn't come in an actual big thing like this. On top of that, this also favorites... PSP favorites only on PlayStation, so of course it's a PSP exclusive, but it's their favorite series, which... I don't believe I own any variant of PSP game which is a favorites. I know they did greatest hits, but I hadn't heard of favorites until now, so I decided to pick this up. And this is not pictured right now, but I decided to also pick up several replacement UMD cases, because I have no doubt this works, but take a look at this. This UMD, unfortunately, I even have to, I have to be so careful with it, like with one hand. There we go. Check this out. This might be the worst one I've had, because this whole thing comes off. It looks like this thing has probably been dropped a few times and all that, and I'm not even going to attempt to play this thing yet. It still has that little piece in it, though, like the circular piece there, so I don't have to worry about replacing that. But I did end up buying some replacement UMD cases, so essentially what I can do is I can just take everything out, You're kind of seeing some surgery here with one hand. But no, I'm not going to fully do it here. You just take out this disc here, you transplant it into a new one. They're typically clear, and then you can go about your merry way. Of course, it's not going to be 100% original parts, but it does get the game up and working again, because with these UMD, it's not a case, because this is technically the case, but with the form factor of UMDs, you're not supposed to open them. You open them, it breaks it. You know, it's not it's not a case. It is not a case. And I know several people who got their discs ruined because either they or family members or friends thought that these were cases for the CD when they really weren't. That's actually what the media was supposed to be. So, got Killzone Liberation on PSP. Can't wait to give that a try when I actually, get the replacement covers for them, I guess you can say. Here we go. End up getting SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge, a game I had never played, but apparently a ton of betas for it are available online, which I only know about that. I know about it in meme form a little bit, but I've never played this game. I honestly don't know if it's good or bad, but it seems to be in quite solid shape. These ones I got from all the same store. I did play this, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. I did play that one. So these were actually, I should even say the prices, they were $4 a piece from this one store. But again, Killzone, SpongeBob, Nickelodeon's Rocket Power Team Rocket Rescue. I watched this. I never end up playing this game though, so I'm sure this is one of those games where it's not too good, but it'll be fun to give it a shot. Q*bert, I actually do want to give this one a try. Chicken Run, I swear I heard somewhere that a few people I knew enjoyed it, so I'll give it a shot. And finally, V-Rally 2 Need for Speed. This is probably, looking here, as from the PS1 section, this is probably the best game that was in here, I would say. And this has a lot of history. As you can see, it used to be at a CD Trade Post. It was a previous Blockbuster Video location as well, a previous rental. So unfortunately, it doesn't come with the full manual, but we at least have the case and a cover, which, better than nothing. And finally, this one, I paid a little bit more. This is also $4. I paid a little more than I would have wanted to here. But when I see these demo discs, I like to grab them, especially this Jam Pack Volume 15 that I had never seen before. So this apparently has demos for MLB 006, The Show, Yakuza, Need for Speed Carbon, Destroy All Humans 2, Lego Star Wars 2, and Okami. And the cool thing is they normally have a bunch of other videos and game saves on them too, so I really like these demo discs. Whenever I see them, they're kind of a weakness of mine. I try and pick them up, so yeah. Next up, I ended up going to a Savers. I got one thing here, which is Tourist Trophy on the PS2. Seems to be complete. I've never played this. As we saw, it's from the creators of Gran Turismo, and this was upside down for whatever reason, but it seems to be complete, which is awesome. Even has, the little PlayStation under. Check this out. I'm going to show you all this, because I'm sure many people watching have never seen one of these before. PlayStation Underground. This was, I guess you can say, how do you say it? I even forget. It was a on-disc magazine where every 3 months or so, they would end up sending you, I think on the PS1, they would send you 2 disc sets sometimes. And for the PS2, they would normally send you a 1 DVD set where it was just a bunch of reviews, kind of in-depth things, cool moves is what they call them, where it was like little, hey, this is how you get past this certain part in a game, and a few other things as well too, game saves and of course demos. It was pretty much a demo mail-in service. Now, I have bought a few of these discs, and I'm quite sure I've shown them some of the PlayStation Underground discs on the show here. I don't think they're really that valuable, but they're certainly not common at the same time, just because you kind of had to go out of your way to get them. You couldn't just walk into a store and buy them. Jam-pack discs you could buy, but PlayStation Underground you could not do unless, you got it used, like that's what I did. I ended up finding a few of them used, and they were cheap enough at that. So I'm going to kind of stuff this in. There we go. Okay. There we go. It works out. But yeah, end up paying $3 for this from a Savers. Never played this, so I'm excited to actually give it a shot, and I wonder why we never heard anything further of Tourist Trophy. I mean, Gran Turismo went on, but not Tourist Trophy. I got one more thing from Savers, which I will save for the end. So right here, end up getting another stack of games. Right, Lily? She good dog. She good dog. Got another stack of games here. So these are a few other thrift shops I end up going to. End up getting 10-Yard Fight for the original Nintendo. I don't really see many cartridge-based games at thrift shops I go to. As you can see, I normally see like PlayStation 2 and original Xbox and Xbox 360, really. Those are the most common ones. Even I would think I would see a good amount of PlayStation games, and I really don't see them all that much, unfortunately. So it's kind of rare to find, at least in this area. I'm not saying they're rare. I'm just saying it's rare for me to find cartridge-based games at thrift shops here. But I end up getting 10-Yard Fight on Nintendo. Never played this, so it'll be interesting to check that out. This is a game, this is one of the pickups I was excited for because I'd actually been wanting this for a while, and I've been holding off on buying it. I used to own this. I think I still have it on the PS2, and I rented it on Xbox several times. I always wanted to buy it, never bought it. And there's been a few times I thought of picking it up, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to wait, or I would get distracted, or I'd say, you know what, the price isn't right. But this was, by the way, this was $5. This is kind of to show you all as well, too, kind of the area I'm in as well. Typically, cartridge-based games, just because it's a cartridge and oh my god, it's Nintendo and it says Nintendo, they're a little more valuable. So this is $5. This is $4. So because it's it looks newer, so it's not as antique-y, I guess. But anyways, with Blood Omen 2 here, I very much enjoyed this game. I've still never finished it. I need to actually play through this game and finish it up. But funny enough, one of my friends even ended up hitting me up about this, and he's like, hey, I know you've been playing the original Xbox a bit more lately. I'd actually like to recommend this game to you. And he like had a whole like elevator pitch for me, and I was like, hey dude, I actually really appreciate that, but check this out. I've already played the game. Like, I've never beat it, but I am planning on buying it at one point. I'm very familiar with it. I have recommended it before. I'm glad to know that you like it too, but I appreciate it. And then he found out I didn't have the game, so he actually even tried to, like, low-key slide me, like, a pirated copy of it. And I was like, no, dude, I'm good. He's like, oh, no, it's fine, it's no trouble. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, I actually want to buy the game. And I have a lot of games already in my collection, so I don't need to be downloading this. I'll just wait to pick this up for like $5 or $10 when I see it, and then when I get it, I'll buy it, I'll rip it over, and I'll play it that way. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. He was just trying to be helpful. It wasn't anything bad. He was just trying to be helpful. But either way, I finally ended up getting this here for $4, which I'm totally okay with the price on that. So it seemed to be in quite stellar shape as well too. The disc didn't have any issues. This one is complete as well too. If I can open this all up, there we go. It is complete. And of course, first thing I did, I brought it home, ripped it over to my collection, so I have it sitting on my Xbox's hard drive, ready for me to fire up. Now, got a few other games right here. Ended up getting, these were from a different thrift shop, but these ones were $4 a piece, I believe. I got a Theme Park Roller Coaster. Never played this, but I'll give it a shot on PS2. Armored Core 2. I don't know if anyone remembers this. I distinctly remember Armored Core just because the magazine Tips and Tricks, for a long time, near the back of every magazine, they had a section where it showed how to build out your custom, Armored Core robots on here. And every month there was like one or two of them that they would recommend and show you what parts you needed and how to build them out. And I just remember it went on for years after these games released. It just went on for so long. They really supported it, at least in that magazine. I don't know if anyone else remembers that, but that's how I remember Armored Core. I remember it from the back of Tips and Tricks magazine. But never played this one here, Armored Core 2. I don't know which one would be the better one of the PS2 series, let me know. But I have one in the collection here, which is nice. Tak 2, The Staff of Dreams. Never played the Tak series. I know they made Tak and the Power of Juju, and then Tak 2, The Staff of Dreams. I believe I have the first one. I don't have the second one, so nice to have this in the collection. I'll get around to playing them at one point. And then finally, these are actually all going to be from the same area here, so if anyone's been asking about the Amiibo, now you'll get your answer. I end up grabbing all of these here. So Dead Space 2 on Xbox 360, and each of these Amiibo for $5 a piece. I got them brand new. Obviously, I mean, they've been open now at this point, so yeah, Dead Space 2 is open. They've been opened at this point, but yeah, I got them all brand new from Five Below. I would recommend, if you have a Five Below in your area, check it out. You know, they don't really do refreshes on their games all that much, and normally if they do have a video game in stock, they'll have anywhere from 1 to 4 different games. And they might have like 50 copies of each game or 2 copies of each game, but they don't have a diverse game selection at all until they do refreshes. But recently they've been getting Amiibos in there, and for a while it was just those like Animal Crossing Amiibos that nobody really wanted. No offense to Animal Crossing, it's just they didn't sell. Like, those ones did not sell for whatever reason. But then they started getting these other ones in. So I know they had a lot more, and they had several others that I didn't buy just because I'm not an Amiibo collector, and I already had some of them here or there. I like Amiibos, but I don't use them all that much. I think they're nice little collectibles here. And, oh man, I already punctured that. Damn. Oh well. But yeah, I think they're nice little collectibles. They look cool, but I was never an Amiibo hunter, so yeah. But I ended up getting a couple. I don't have. Yes, it is this one. I had to remember if it was Yoshi or not. But check this out. So this is actually what led me to it. I ended up getting, Falco and Toad, of course, in the process. But I ended up getting Yoshi here because we had at work a not Secret Santa. It was a White Elephant gift exchange. In case you don't know what White Elephant is, it's all good. I knew of it and I'd never done it until recently. I'll even move over to Lily as I tell this story here. Lily, you get some Amiibos. Here you go. So what ended up happening was we ended up doing the gift exchange, and the way it's set up is, I guess, you're supposed to end up buying a gift and you wrap it and whatever, and then when it is your turn, so we all end up getting numbers, and when your number is called, you can get a gift. Now you can either get a gift or you can steal a gift. So let's say if my number gets called, I decide to grab a random gift, I unbox it, it ends up being this little Yoshi right here. At that point then, the way we played it, we said that a gift can be stolen only one time. So let's say 5 people later, someone says they want to steal from me. So instead of getting a gift, they would steal my Yoshi. So at that point, Yoshi can no longer be stolen again. That's it. But I get another gift in the process, so then I get to choose a new gift because mine was stolen. That's how we played it. And then honestly, there was no hard feelings about it. Okay, Lily. Even in the end, what we did was a few people ended up exchanging. So what happened was we ended up doing it pretty cheap. We did to quote a few people, they didn't want to have a incident like what happened in The Office, which, in case you haven't seen the US version of The Office and you haven't seen the White Elephant gift exchange there, I'm not going to spoil it, but what happened was they said, hey, your gift should be about $5. And I really had to rack my brain on where to go and what to get. But then I remembered Five Below is a thing where everything is $5 or less. So I went there, I ended up getting a Yoshi, as you can see. This one was for me, but I got a second one and I ended up putting it in the gift exchange. And it was funny because the person who got it, she kind of knew who Yoshi was, but kind of didn't. And then in the end, it ended up getting exchanged to someone who actually did want it. So it worked out well enough. But it was funny too because people forgot that I brought that gift in. Because what happened was, like, I brought it in and I had like the worst packaging, by the way. Like, I just literally, I took it, I put it into a box, I taped it. Mine was the ugliest gift of the bunch, so I wasn't surprised that it was chosen later. But then it was funny because somebody ended up saying, they're like, oh man, I'm surprised you didn't want to get that gift. That could have been you. Or no, when I got mine, they're like, damn, they were surprised that I didn't steal Yoshi. And then someone else had to correct them. They're like, dude, he's the one who brought in Yoshi. Why would he steal his own present? So yeah, end up getting all these from there, $5 a piece. Can't really beat that. And finally, end up getting another stack. Right here, another stack of games which I'll be going over. So Lily, you can get that stack of games. There you go. And here's what we got. So this is the most expensive game I got. I did not get this one from a thrift store, by the way. I ended up getting it from a actual game shop. I wasn't even planning on getting anything, but I saw this. I've been wanting Dreamcast Collection on the Xbox 360 for a long time. And this was cheaper than like the eBay and Amazon prices I was seeing. So to get this, it was $10. So I felt like that was a good deal. It breaks down to $250 per game on here. And while these aren't the best ports, and the reason why I say that is because, for example, I think they're all sourced from the PC versions, not the Dreamcast versions. And then Crazy Taxi doesn't have the original soundtrack, which, man, that's disappointing. But oh well, you know, I want to play these. I can play them on the Xbox 360. I believe they're all backwards compatible on the Xbox One as well. And also, Sonic Adventure, I'd rather have Sonic Adventure 2, but you know what, still, I'm happy that we got this. I'm surprised that there was never other Dreamcast collections that were released. I was always surprised by that, but oh well, what can you do? Here's another that I did not get from a game store or a thrift shop. I got this from Amazon, and I figured it would just be worth sharing on here. If you can, I would recommend looking on Amazon if you're interested in collecting for the Wii U at all, and see if this is still available at the time this video drops, because this brand new, straight from Amazon, look, brand new, I haven't even opened this up or anything. Mass Effect 3 Special Edition on Wii U, $3. $3, that's it. Brand new. It was too cheap for me to pass up, so I decided, you know what, cool, let's throw it into the collection. So $3 for Mass Effect 3. Now next up, I ended up going to another thrift store here recently, going back to the thrift stores, and this one, they just got a collection of GameCube games in, it seemed. I asked them if they had a GameCube console, and they said, no, it doesn't look like we have any here. That doesn't mean that we didn't get one brought in and it was sold, but mind you, we had the games here, so I was lucky enough at least to get the games, and I got like all the games that were brought in. But anyways, going down here, so I did not get a discount on these ones, or no, actually I did. So each of these was 30% off the regular price. So this ended up here being $2.80. So instead of $4, these end up being $2.80 a piece, with the exception of one of them, which I will get to in a bit. But here, Enter the Matrix on GameCube, so less than $3, $2.80. Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds, and by the way, these are all in like relatively good enough shape, and I should actually open these because there's another bonus I got. These are in relatively good shape, and they're all complete as well too, so whoever traded these in, thank you. Like, you actually took really good care of your collection. So Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds. Funny enough, I've actually been watching How I Met Your Mother off and on, and I looked at this and I pulled over my girlfriend. I was like, hey, is that Lily? Not Lily as in that Lily, but Lily as in like the character from How I Met Your Mother. And she said, yep, she was in Buffy. So nice to have that verified. I played the first one on Xbox, never played Chaos Bleeds, but the first one was good. This is the exception. I love these cheat discs, and if I get them, if I see them, I try and get them. But I never owned any of these. I had an Action Replay, but I never had one of the individual discs for the GameCube. So I knew that they made this on the PS2, but not the GameCube. So this is a Ultimate Codes for Enter the Matrix, where in short what you do is this would be like a $10 disc. They used to sell this for like $10 brand new. You end up putting this in, it brings up a menu specifically tailored to Enter the Matrix. You pick which cheats you want to activate, then you say you want to activate them. It asks you to remove the disc, and then you need to take out the cheat disc. You pop in your retail game of Enter the Matrix and hit continue, and that's about it. So the game itself would sell for like $50 new. The cheat disc specific to that would sell for $10 new. But again, I never had any of these for the GameCube. I had them on PS2, but never GameCube. So it was really cool finding this one. I think I even have this one for the PS2. Cool. So yeah, I end up grabbing this. This was $2, 30% off. Of course, that brings it down to $1.40. We're going back up in price now. That was the only exception. But Midway Arcade Treasures 3 end up paying again $2.80 for this. Let me see if this is the one with it. No? Okay, cool. But still complete. And again, I mean, this thing shines. And even so, you know what? This was a good deal just for Hydro Thunder alone. I didn't even get a chance to actually absorb the games here until now, but see, Hydro Thunder, San Francisco Rush 2049, I'm totally happy with both those. This was something I had never seen before. Star Wars Rebel Strike Rogue Squadron 3 Limited Edition Preview Disc featuring the Star Wars original arcade game playable on the Nintendo GameCube. It is a preview disc. As you can see, it is not for resale. If anybody has the history on this, let me know, because I did not research this at all, to be honest, but here includes, well, it's coming in October, so this would have probably come from a place where if you pre-ordered this game, they gave you to this early. But let's see, it has the original Star Wars game, it has a demo for Rebel Strike, and then bonus content including game trailers, concept art, and more. Really cool to have something like this, so this is also a neat find for me at least. Seems to be complete as well. Preview disc, awesome. Yeah, if anybody has any history on that they can share, please let me know. iNinja, never played this, but got it on GameCube now for, again, $280. Hot Wheels World Race, never played this, but $280, let's give it a shot. Star Wars Rogue Leader, Rogue Squadron 2. So it looks like, you know, whoever, because I have no doubt all these GameCube games came from the same household. For whatever reason, Rogue Squadron 3 was not available here, but Rogue Squadron 2, they had it, so did they ever pick up their pre-order? I can't confirm or deny that, unfortunately. But either way, got this here. And was this it? No. Alright, this actually, hold on. This is actually interesting. I wanna kind of piece through this real quick, just to confirm something. Ah, there we go. Alright, cool. We're just gonna confirm that. Because I noticed this, I was like, that's weird that came with a manual, but no, the manual was just in the wrong case. No big deal. No big deal. There we go. So there. We end up making this one complete. Right there on camera. And this, I would be shocked if it came with any sort of printed material. But I'm going to assume that it did not. And I'm just kind of piecing through these other games because I'm trying to... You all probably... There we go. You all probably knew what I was looking for. But this was another thing too. I end up opening up iNinja. I saw this and I just kept quiet because it's in the case, so it's going to be included with it. But I end up getting a official 251 megabyte, or not megabyte, 251 block memory card. I didn't have one of these growing up. I only had a 59 block card because, you know, didn't have enough money to get the new one, so... or one of the expanded ones. But it's cool having one of these official ones, and it even has the stickers, and nobody wrote on them. I'm not going to write on them either, but it's still really cool to see. So that was another thing I was going to show you all as well too, which I should actually keep that out. I ended up getting a memory card out of all of that. So cool. Ended up getting that. Was able to complete Rogue Squadron 2. Got Sonic Heroes. And the last game here from this batch was Batman Begins. So, all in all, again, for all these games here, I paid $280 a piece for them, plus I got the memory card in that, and the only game that was different here was the cheat disc, which was $1.40. So, it all works out in the end, at least to me. It was funny too, because when I was talking with the woman who was behind the counter, she was just kind of like, oh yeah, that makes sense of why you were, you know, kind of going for these ones in particular, because she's like, she kind of said, she's like, oh, I just noticed after giving all these to you that they were all GameCube games. That's why you were all over them specifically. And I was like, yep. She didn't know me, like she didn't know that I was looking for GameCube by any means, and if I find them I get them, but it made more sense to her. It's like, oh, you're getting all of these because they have a common theme, which is the GameCube, which is the platform. So there we go. But yeah, that is about all we got here. So again, we end up getting a whole bunch of GameCube games, a Wii U game, another Wii U pickup, you know, the Dreamcast collection, a few Amiibo, and a Sleepy Dog. But there's one more thing that I have to move over to show you all right here. Let me see. I think I can just get up and show you. Well, check this out. First of all, I end up actually putting a table here. So the table that I used to use for mod chat is now in my office, so I could use it for office things. But this thing right here, I end up getting a 22-inch Vizio TV. This, I got it specifically for the office here. I'm actually not going to use it all too much. To be honest, it's more going to be used for when I'm working on systems here. As you can see, I have this all set up, so it's just like I can kind of sit right here. I can take apart a console, I can mess with it, solder in anything that I need to, and then I can just hook it up easily and test on the TV. So this TV is probably not going to be used for more than 5 minutes at a time. However, it works out well enough because it is a 22-inch Vizio. It doesn't come with a remote, but I don't need it because I'm going to be right in front of it right here. It goes up to 1080p resolution. It does, from what I saw on the back, composite, component, S-video, VGA, HDMI. Again, it goes up to 1080p, so I have the full HD display on there. And it has the speakers in there as well too, because it's a TV, it's not a monitor. But it cost me $30, so that was actually a cool pickup as well too. I certainly didn't think my next TV purchase was going to be something smaller, because the other TVs I have a 42-inch TV just down in my kind of, I guess, entrance area. And then down in my basement, in my game room, I have a 55-inch TV. So I thought my next TV, you know, honestly, my next TV, I would like to upgrade the 55-inch to something else. Maybe not get anything bigger, just get something nicer. So I didn't think I was going to be getting a smaller TV for my next one, but lo and behold, I did, because it just, everything seemed to click on here. I was like, you know what, as long as this thing works, which it does, I'm perfectly happy with it. And again, I don't care all too much about the quality. To me, it looked fine. But like to this, for example, if I'm playing around with the PS1, modifying it, working on it, as long as I can hook it up to composite easily, which I can kind of do at my PC. The thing is though, I'll even show you real quick. Like my PC area over here, while it's okay, this is not a TV, this is a monitor. All three of these are monitors. This monitor does have speakers on it, which is a really nice feature, but this only does, I believe, it does VGA, it does DVI, and it does HDMI. So the thing is with that, I have a capture card, one or two capture cards that I can hook up to it. But then if I want to do something like the PlayStation here, for example, where I want to hook it up in composite or component, not this in component, but like an original Xbox, let's say in component, I would need to use a adapter, or I would have to use a different video card, because I have a Game Capture HD and I have a HD 60. See, with this, I'm not worried about capturing video. This is going to be strictly for messing around and testing game systems and all that fun stuff. So yeah, that's going to be the nice thing. If I actually want to dedicate to playing something and recording the footage or doing a tutorial, I'll do everything over here. But if it's just something that I'm going to be working on, even if it's like a video, for example, if I'm like repairing a Xbox on video and I just want to show something on the screen, I can do it over here. I think it works out well enough. And I got big, sleepy, fat dog over here. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, a like would absolutely be appreciated. If you didn't like it, a dislike is fine as well too. And if you dislike it, that's fine. As I said, it's just, you're gonna make this dog real sad.